Hi folks, how are you? I thought I'd give you a more complete shop tour, and as you can see, I've done nothing in terms of straightening up whatsoever. This is very much like the Yankee workshop meets the back of Sanford and Son's truck. So let me pan back. So here's a 1221 that I primarily use for drilling and even some finishing, and my dust collecting hood behind it if I were to use it for, again, drilling and then sanding. Go over here. This is my original 1221. I'm about to set it up for some CA finishes. Believe it or not, I've never engraved the pen with my name on it. The closest I got was my father's name because he's a senior. I'm a junior. This is for a very nice cashier at McDonald's that whenever she meets my wife and I, she says, "Hi, love." And believe it or not, her name is Tony with an I. Here is my Shop Fox. I believe it's a 1.5 horsepower dust collector. And I attach it to these two lathes when I'm ready to turn or sand or whatever. And here's when I get real lazy and I don't feel like drilling on my lathe. I drill on my drill press, and I have one of those special PH design pen vices with these magnetic holders. Makes it very easy for me to adjust this if things aren't exactly centered and position it. Here was my very first air filter, and I quickly outgrew that, but that's kind of going on in the background. Here's the fan I use to create that positive pressure. It's on wheels, so I can move it in front of any lathe that I want. This was something that I was inspired by at many a quick trip or racetrack. As I said to everyone in my previous video, never put it in a place where you're going to constantly walk in front of it. Here is actually my second lathe. This I bought for when people come by and want to turn with me. Before I bought my 1221, the 1015, and I actually use this one only for I could do anything I wanted to do, but I use it for basically barrel trimming using the Rikon jig and the sanding disc that I made myself. To the left is that Rikon, I think it's 3/4 horsepower dust collector. As I said in the other video, I really don't like it at all, but it was inexpensive and I bought it, and it works just fine with this, in addition to creating that positive pressure with the fan. If we move this way, we have that Rikon lathe that was designed for pen turning. I use that for my buffing wheel, a 4-stage buffing wheel system. If I move this way and trip over the pail and the chair, I come over to this Proxon. I use it to cut blanks. It's somewhat overkill, but I like it. Here's all my different spray cans of paint, because I do paint both the inside of the barrels and the tubes. Some of those cans don't even work anymore. I don't even know why. They're all about 7/8 full, but they don't work. This was the first thing I learned to sharpen anything on. I think I showed you in the previous video. I have all these belts of sandpaper, and basically I'm not doing anything with them. Behind this curtain here, I used to store a lot of pen kits in addition to using these boxes, and now I started using a spare shop that I have for storage. Maybe if I don't run out of time, I'll show you to store them. Here's a table that I bought because it was on sale at Costco. Never thought I was going to need it, but it helps enable my sloppiness. This here was to catch flies that for some reason us folks in North Georgia had these little fruit flies flying all around, and I was too lazy to move it. What else do I want to show you? Okay, if I go here, this is what I use to grind or sharpen my chisels, and I like it. This is a D-way wheel, and this is a wood turnings wheel. I think it's I forgot his name. That's an Italian last name, Ken Rizza. And I use both of them along with the one-way system and the Robo Hippie. And I think you guys saw this. I had this built for me before I knew how to build anything. And believe it or not, this is neat compared to what some of you folks seen who have come and visited me. And if we look up on the ceiling here, we have my air filter, jet air filter, air filtration system, I guess they call it. And here's some tubes. These are going to go inside a Vertex Supreme and a Casein blank, and this is also going to go into a Vertex Supreme with one of these blanks here. And again, it's pretty solid, but you never know, and I don't want to see any glue lines or anything like that. And I think I showed you everything, in addition to some other slop that's laying around. Again, I work this way. It works out fine. Sometimes I get disgusted and I'll clean it up. Here's all my different masks that I use. I did buy this mask here, which I liked, but I think I liked it because it wasn't doing much filtering. Because I would still go to bed at night coughing, or wake up coughing. I don't smoke, I don't drink, but whatever. Maybe I need to start smoking and drinking. I like these masks a lot better. I'm sure those trend helmets are the best way to go, but I know I won't wear them. Here's a bunch of other stuff I bought which I haven't used yet. All different types of CA and this new stuff that everyone's buying or started buying, and I don't know, I bought this paint saver which seems like an empty can, but I don't know, for 10 bucks, what the heck. And that's it. I walk into another part of my basement. There's a storage area here, and I just started this morning storing some pen kits. This was my attempt at organizing things, but it's not working out. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed a more complete tour. Again, this is how not to do things, but it works for me. Oh yeah, we passed this Craig table. That was also on sale. And now it's just used to do I don't know what. Basically hold stuff that I'm too lazy to put away. So I hope you found this amusing. And that is all. Happy turning, guys. Bye.